Imagine going into halftime with the lead and then getting straight up demolished in the third quarter like your controller died. The Warriors didn't just lose game four, they folded. Completely. Like a cheap lawn chair. And let me tell you, Steve Kerr looked like he'd just seen a ghost. Draymond Green was finally humble. Anthony Edwards? That man was already doing the night-night in the first quarter. I'm not kidding. This wasn't just a loss. This was a reality check with a brick to the face. So what really happened? Bad coaching? Lazy defense? Or did Anthony Edwards just break the Warriors' spirit? I'm breaking it all down. And the real drama? You haven't even heard the half of it yet. Let's dive in. Look, the first half actually gave Warriors fans hope. The score was close, but Golden State was hanging in there. They had some decent ball movement. Steph was still sidelined. But Draymond was barking. Klay looked semi-alive, and it seemed like, maybe, they had one in them. But then came the third quarter. And the Timberwolves didn't just outscore them. They broke their damn souls. A 39-17 beatdown in one single quarter. 6 turnovers in the last 8 minutes of that frame alone. Anthony Edwards turned into prime MJ. The Wolves went on a 29-9 run that made the Warriors look like a G League team that snuck into the wrong arena. It was embarrassing. Let's start with Steve Kerr, because this man was searching for answers like he lost his car keys. We got disconnected defensively. Disconnected? Bro, y'all were on airplane mode. The Wolves were hitting threes like it was a shoot-around. 16 of them. Wide open. No pressure. No closeouts. Just vibes and buckets. And then Kerr drops this line. We'll look at the tape and find some openings. Openings? Openings for who? For Jimmy, who only took 9 shots? The man had more Gatorade sips than field goal attempts. What are we even doing? But Kerr tried to play the Steph's out, our spacing is bad card. Okay, sure. That's true. But that's also not new. You knew Steph was out. You knew the Wolves were going to key in on Jimmy and force others to beat them. So maybe, just maybe, have a game plan that doesn't involve Jimmy Butler isoing into a brick wall while Draymond paces around pretending he's setting a screen. Now let's talk about Draymond Green, because credit where it's due. He actually owned up. I didn't talk after last game. Felt like a coward. Damn, that hit. You could tell he was frustrated. You could see it on his face. And the truth is, Draymond's not lying. He held himself back to avoid getting fined or throwing teammates under the bus. But when he did speak up, he said what needed to be said. We just got to win one game. That's the mentality right now, one game. That's all it takes to flip the narrative. But here's the problem. They look cooked. And Draymond knows it too. He said it himself. They shot the ball extremely well. We never put the fire out. Translation, we were standing there while the house burned down. Let's rewind to that disaster of a third quarter. You're up at the half. You're feeling decent. Then the Wolves punch you in the mouth. And what do? You curl up. You turn the ball over. You fall asleep on defense. You let Ant get hot. And the minute Anthony Edwards starts grinning, you're done. Now we got to talk about Anthony Edwards, a.k.a. the coldest dude on the court that night. Coach told him at halftime, and I quote, "Y'all playing like losers." And he meant it. You think Ant took that personally? Absolutely. The man came out and transformed into a problem. 6 threes. One of them a damn buzzer beater that straight up deflated the Warriors like a popped balloon. Bro even hit him with the night-night celebration in the first half. That's how confident this man was. And he wasn't bluffing. Ant said, "I worked with Steph all summer. I studied him. I let it fly now." And oh boy, he let it fly. And here's what makes it even more savage. He gave Steph the credit. You know what kind of assassin gives props to his mentor while torching the mentor's team? A cold-blooded killer. That's who Ant is now. Meanwhile, back on the Warriors' side, it looked like a funeral procession. Klay was ghosting again. Looney was getting outworked. Wiggins? Don't even start. Steve Kerr looked like he was begging the refs for mercy, pop, not calls. Draymond was trying to hold the glue together, but the whole building was crumbling. And then there's Jimmy. 9 shots? That's it? Jimmy freaking Butler took 9 shots in a must-win game. We've seen this man carry teams through hell, and tonight, he just vanished. Yes, Minnesota's defense was locked in. Yes, they swarmed him, but this was Jimmy's moment to punch back. Instead, he looked hesitant, almost passive. And that's not Jimmy. That's not the guy we've seen put teams on his back in the playoffs. This version of Jimmy, that's not going to cut it. Let's just keep it real for a second. This wasn't about spacing or tough shots or good looks. This was about effort, urgency, and heart. The Timberwolves had it. The Warriors didn't. It's that simple. You saw it in the hustle plays. Loose balls, Wolves dove for them. 50-50 rebounds, Wolves grabbed them. Transition defense, Warriors just jogged back and hoped the Wolves would miss. They didn't. And when you give a young, hungry team like Minnesota that kind of confidence, you're done. You could feel the shift. This wasn't the Warriors team that had that championship DNA. This was the Warriors team that looked like they knew it was over. And Ant, he knew it too. He said, "We can't take no plays off. We know they battle-tested." That's respect, but that's also confidence, because deep down, he knows the Wolves exposed them. And shout out to Julius Randle too. The man dropped 31 like it was nothing. Ant said it best, he cold. Simple as that. But the focus is Ant, because this dude is arriving right now in real time. And the Warriors, they're just along for the highlight reel. Let me say this loud and clear. This wasn't just a loss. It was a public execution on national television. A beatdown so bad that even Draymond was speechless the night before. Steph's out, Klay's fading, Jimmy disappeared. And the Wolves? They're dancing on your grave with night-night celebrations before halftime. The series ain't over yet, technically, but spiritually, the Warriors look done. Still, all it takes is one win, one punch back, one spark. So here's the real question. Do the Warriors still have any fight left? Or was Game 4 the night we officially witnessed the end of a dynasty? I'll break it all down after Game 5, because if you thought this was dramatic, oh buddy, we haven't even hit the climax yet. Subscribe, buckle in, and pray Golden State still has some life left.